back in this evening of wonderment and chaos. My cat's about to get jiggy with it. You better watch yourself, miss. You have plenty of room up there. You don't need to walk all over my computer. Thank you. Light my candle. Come on, burn, baby, burn. What in the bloody chaos of resurrectedness? Thank you. The wick was folded down. I had to fix it. I got one viewer already, but they're just gonna be quiet. This is just me. I'm just being myself, maybe. That happens too. Do some redecorating this weekend. I'll tell you what. Decorated my whole area to share it. I gotta redecorate it all. But I like that I have like this spot across from me that I can have guest appearances on. If I ever get that far. That'd be cool, right? My little demon lady up in the corner. Yeah, talking about you, Trixie. Demon cat. My screen froze. Oh, now it's not frozen. Child, you want to get in my snacks? Those are my snacks. Thank you, Wolf Boy. Wolf Boy, bow, 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 bow. Except that was not Wolf Boy. Why are you picking out freaking Q-tips from my garbage? My cats are being weird. Bless you, Zooners. I made some Elvis Presley cookies the other day. Some people liked them, some people did not. You just take bacon, banana, it's a peanut butter banana cookie that I added bacon and chocolate chips to. Girl, why you need to be over here? Oh, come here if you want over here. Alright, what card are we gonna pull today? Huh? Which one? That one? Okay. Fork in the road. Never had that card before. That's interesting. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, my dear. card number 13. Whoa, okay, get this, guys. So I got these rings. These ring sets. I got a male one that goes with it. So they sent me a size 13, and then they sent me a replacement, and guess what? I'm still a size 13. I don't know anybody that wears a size 13. Whatever. Fork in the road. Time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligations to make a necessary choice. I don't know why Twitch is being weird over here. Try to monitor my feed, it doesn't let me. Oracle's message. Every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. Relationship message. You've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose? To open up to the possibility of love, or to remain isolated? To go deeper and commit to mutual passion, or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do, invest, and give. Then choose. You cannot take a wrong choice. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on the path to truer experience of the heart. Prosperity message. You've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherent in this choice is the need for change, for evolution, and for bettering of your circumstances. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become, and what do I need to believe in order to live a life of prosperity? Another honestly. Answer honestly and from the heart, when the decision about which way to go will be effortless. Know that abundance is all around you. Choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction. For the way will be made clearer by your intuition, which knows how to steer you toward your well-being. Protection message.
Indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to the oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson.
Fork in the road. So tired. Hello. How are you, Melon? Melon P27. How are you? I'm tired, but I'm fabulous. How about yourself? That's good. We just read an oracle card. We've got some tarot cards that we can read. I usually read the Bhagavad Gita and the Koala in the evenings as well. Been slacking. I'm tired. Back to work again. That's just one of 3. Wolf boy! Wolf! Wolf, wolf! Come here, wolf boy! Come here. Come on, up. No, scratch. Up. This is my other one. This is Wolf Boy. That's This is Miss Trixie. This is Wolf Boy, and where's Max? Max! Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. I don't know where Max ran off to. I know I need to get some rest, but yeah, he's got a native spirit. His fur looks like a wolf. He's the chunkiest of them all. There's her brother. Her brother is Sir Maxwell Oreo. He's a black and white. And if I don't stream, I'm just going to watch shows. So might as well do something constructive with my time. And that is what coffee is for. Pop. I was in the middle of reading the Koala for probably Bones. I've been binge watching that show lately. I'm on season 8. So last we were talking about absolute truth versus relative truth. It came to the divine paradox. The absolute point of view shows merely one side of the picture. The other side is the relative one. Absolute truth has been defined as things as the mind of God knows them, while relative truth is things as the highest reason of man understands them. So while the all, the universe, must be unreal and illusionary, a mere dream or result of meditation, nevertheless, to the finite minds forming a part of that universe, and viewing it through mortal faculties, the universe is very real indeed, and must be so considered. In recognizing the absolute view, we must not make the mistake of ignoring or denying the facts and phenomena of the universe as they present themselves to our mortal faculties. We are not the all, remember. To take familiar illustrations, we all recognize the fact that matter exists to our senses. We will fare badly if we do not. And yet even our finite minds understand the scientific dictum that there is no such thing as matter from a scientific point of view. That which we call matter is held to be merely an aggregation of atoms, which atoms themselves are merely a grouping of units of force called electrons or ions, vibrating and in constant circular motion. We kick a stone and we feel the impact. It seems to be real, notwithstanding that we know it to be merely what we have stated above. But remember that our foot, which feels the impact by means of our brains, is likewise matter, so constituted of electrons, and for that matter, so are our brains. And at the best, if it were not by reason of our mind, we would not know the foot or stone at all. Then again, the ideal of the artist or sculptor, which he is endeavoring to reproduce in stone or on canvas, seems very real to him. So do the characters in the mind of the author or dramatist, which he seeks to express so that others may recognize them. And if this be true in the case of our finite minds, what must be the degree of reality in the mental images created in the mind of the infinite? Oh, friends, To mortals, this universe of mentality is very real indeed. It is the only one we can ever know, though we rise from plane to plane higher and higher in it. To know it otherwise, by actual experience, we must be the all itself. It is true that the higher we rise in the scale, the nearer to the mind of the Father we reach, the more apparent becomes the illusionary nature of finite things, but not until the all finally withdraws us into itself does the vision actually vanish. So we need not dwell upon the feature of illusion. Rather, let us recognize the real nature of the universe, seek to understand its mental laws, and endeavor to use them to the best effect in our upward progress through life as we travel from plane to plane of being. The laws of the universe are nonetheless iron laws because of the mental nature. All except the all are bound by them. What is in the infinite mind of the all is real in a degree second only to that reality itself which is vested in the nature of the all. So do not feel insecure or afraid. We are held merely in the infinite mind of the all. We are all in the mind of the all. And there is not to hurt us or for us to fear. There is no power outside of the all to affect us. So we may rest calm and secure. There is a world of comfort and security in this realization when once attained. Then calm and peaceful do we sleep, rocked in the cradle of the deep, resting safely in the bosom of the ocean of the infinite mind, which is the all. In the all, indeed, do we live and move and have our being. And I have experienced that. Let me tell you, I had a seizure one time. It was so bad. I was thrashing about, and they literally had to strap me to the gurney in the ambulance. And I kept hearing this voice saying, just let go. And every time I'd start to let go, my seizures would start to stop, subside, and then I'd start to fight it again. And finally, the third time, I just let go completely. And it was like floating in an ocean of inky blackness, but it was so peaceful. And I'll tell you what, guys, I didn't want to leave. And the only thing that drew me back was my son. That's some power. That is getting super clogged. I'm gonna either have to clean it or I'm gonna have to smoke it down. Because, yeah. It was so, after those seizures, it was so peaceful. And I can only imagine that's what it's going to be like when I die. Like, I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm back. I'm back in the oneness. That is the all. Matter is nonetheless matter to us. While we dwell on the plane of matter, although we know it to be merely an aggregation of electrons or particles of force, vibrating rapidly and gyrating around each other in the formation of atoms, the atoms in turn vibrating and gyrating, forming molecules, which later in turn form larger masses of matter. Nor does matter become less matter. When we follow the inquiry still further and learn from the Hermetic teachings that the force of which the electrons are but units is merely a manifestation of the mind of the all. The force. Okay, that was just a Jedi term right there in the Hermetic principles. The force. The force of which the electrons are but units is merely a manifestation of the mind of the all, and like all else in the universe is purely mental in its nature. While on the plane of matter we must recognize its phenomena, we may control matter, as all masters of higher or lesser degrees do, but we do so by applying the higher forces. We commit a folly when we attempt to deny the existence of matter in the relative aspect. We may deny its mastery over us, and rightly so, but we should not attempt to ignore it in its relative aspect, at least so long as we dwell upon its plane. Nor do the laws of nature become less constant or effective when we know them, likewise, to be merely mental creations. They are in full effect on the various planes. We overcome the lower laws by applying still higher ones, and in this way only. But we cannot escape law or rise above it entirely. Nothing but the all can escape law, and that because the all is law itself, from which all laws emerge. There's Max. Max! Meow meow! Meow meow! Max! You little stinker. Just come up and scratch my chair and run off. He is my beta male. Wolf Boy is my alpha male. And she's my alpha female. She's actually my familiar.
Aren't you? Aren't you, dear? Yeah. Don't fall off the chair, silly.
Hi, Max. Hi. Come here. Come here, Fatso. Oh, this is Max. This is Max. Oh, it's a boy. I got 2 boys and 1 girl. He's actually my son's cat. Aren't you? Yeah. Sometimes I just let them. Oh, thanks. Sometimes I just let them run around and I put the camera on them and I just film them. If you follow me on here and on YouTube, you can see their videos. Where was I? Okay. The most advanced masters may acquire the powers usually attributed to the gods of men. And there are countless ranks of being in the great hierarchy of life, whose being and power transcends even that of the highest masters among men, to a degree unthinkable by mortals. But even the highest master and the highest being must bow to the law, and be as nothing in the eye of the all. So that if even these highest beings... Oh, thanks. Yeah, she's my special lady. Max out there playing. He's so vocal. He is. Oh yes, they bring me peace and joy. They do, and laughter, and irritation sometimes. And they're running around, running all over my face, crying in the middle of the night for no reason, just because they want to be loved. There's another one. I gotta get through these pages, man. So that if even these highest beings, whose powers exceed even those attributed by men to their gods, if even these are bound by and are subservient to law, then imagine the presumption of mortal man, of our race and grade, when he dares to consider the laws of nature as unreal, visionary, and illusory, because he happens to be able to grasp the truth, and the laws are mental in nature, and simply mental creations of the all. Those laws, which the all intends to be governing laws, are not to be defied or argued away. So long as the universe endures, will they endure. For the universe exists by virtue of these laws, which form its framework, and which hold it together. The Hermetic principle of mentalism, while explaining the true nature of the universe upon the principle that all is mental, does not change the scientific conceptions of the universe, life, or evolution. In fact, science merely corroborates the Hermetic teachings. The latter merely teaches that the nature of the universe is mental, while modern science has taught that it is material, or, of late, that it is energy, at the last analysis. The Hermetic teachings have no fault to find with Herbert Spencer's basic principle, which postulates the existence of an infinite and eternal energy from which all things proceed. That's God, a generic term. In fact, the Hermetics recognize in Spencer's philosophy the highest outside statement of the workings of the natural laws that have ever been promulgated, and they believe Spencer to have been a reincarnation of an ancient philosopher who dwelt in ancient Egypt thousands of years ago, and who later incarnated as Heraclitus, the Grecian philosopher who lived in BC 500. And they regard his statement of the infinite and eternal energy as directly in line of the Hermetic teachings, always with the addition of their own doctrine that his energy is the energy of the mind of the all. With the master key of the Hermetic philosophy, the student of Spencer will be able to unlock many doors of the inner philosophical conceptions of the great English philosopher, whose work shows the results of the preparation of his previous incarnations. His teachings regarding evolution and rhythm are in almost perfect agreement with the Hermetic teachings regarding the principle of rhythm. So the student of Hermetics need not lay aside any of his cherished scientific views regarding the universe. All he is asked to do is to grasp the underlying principle of the all is mind. The universe is mental, held in the mind of the all. He will find that the other 6 of the 7 principles will fit into his scientific knowledge and will serve to bring out obscure points and to throw light in dark corners. This is not to be wondered at. When we realize the influence of the Hermetic thought on the early philosophers of Greece, upon whose foundations of thought the theories of modern science largely rest. The acceptance of the first Hermetic principle, mentalism, is the only great point of difference between modern science and Hermetic students. And science is gradually moving toward the Hermetic position in its groping in the dark for a way out of the labyrinth into which it has wandered in its search for reality. The purpose of this lesson is to impress upon the minds of our students the fact that, to all intent and purposes, the universe and its laws and its phenomena are just as real, so far as man is concerned, as they would be under the hypothesis of materialism or energyism. Under any hypothesis, the universe in its outer aspect of is changing, ever-flowing, and transitory, and therefore devoid of substantiality and reality. But, note the other pole of truth. Under any of the same hypothesis, we are compelled to act and live as if the fleeting things were real and substantial. With this difference, always between the various hypotheses, that under the old views mental power was ignored as a natural force, while under mentalism it becomes the greatest natural force. And this one difference revolutionizes life to those who understand the principle and its resulting laws and practice. So finally, students, all, grasp the advantage of mentalism and learn to know, use, and apply the laws resulting therefrom. But do not yield to the temptation which, as the Kabbalah states, overcomes the half-wise and which causes them to be hypnotized by the apparent unreality of things. The consequence being that they wander about like dream people dwelling in a world of dreams, ignoring the practical work and life of man, the end being that they are broken against the rocks and torn asunder by the elements by reason of their folly. Rather follow the example of the wise, which the same authority states, use law against laws, the higher against the lower, and by the art of alchemy transmute that which is undesirable into that which is worthy, and thus triumph. Mental alchemy, like mental transmutation. We can literally change, and this is one of the principles. We change our perspective, mental transmutation. When we change our perspective, we can change other people's perspective too. When you go into a room, and the first thing you do is complain. You're literally sending out a negative energy to other people. You're voicing your negativity into this room full of people, and somebody's going to hear it, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, and they're going to pick up on it, and they're going to complain about it, and that's just spreading this negativity. Instead of complaining about things, we can mentally think about it and we can. Oh, sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry, that was your tail. I know. I should not lean forward and then lean back. Not when you're sitting like that. I'm sorry. I wrote something amazing. Instead of complaining about the lack of hours in a day, slow down. Enjoy them. In doing so, we make them last longer. I mean, that's the way I think about it. Like, I can sit and complain about something and spread my negativity to other people and have them in on it too. Or I can internalize it and I can figure out how I can change it. If I can't change it, what's the point in complaining? It's just spreading negativity. If I complain and I don't change it, but I can change it, then I'm being lazy, contributing to negativity, and expecting somebody else to change it. Just a thought. Follow the authority. Let us avoid the half-wisdom which is folly, which ignores the truth that mastery consists not in abnormal dreams, visions, and fantastic imaginings or living, but in using the higher forces against the lower, escaping the pains of the lower planes by vibrating on the higher. Remember always, student, that transmutation, not presumptuous denial, is the weapon of the master. The above quotations are from the Koala, which is what we're reading, and are worthy of being committed to memory by the student. We do not live in the world of dreams, but in the universe which, while relative... Oh, thank you. And you're welcome. While relative, is real so far as our lives and actions are concerned. Our business in the universe is not to deny its existence, but to live using the laws to rise from lower to higher, living on, doing the best we can under the circumstances, arising each day and living so far as is possible to our highest ideas and ideals. The true meaning of life is not known to men on this plane, if indeed to any, but the highest authorities and our own intuitions teach us that we will make no mistake in living up to the best that is in us, so far as is possible, and realizing the universal tendency in the same direction in spite of apparent evidences to the contrary. We are all on the path, and the road leads upward ever, with frequent resting places. Read the message of the Kabbalah and follow the example of the wise, avoiding the mistake of the half-wise, who perish by the reason of their folly. And that is the end of chapter 6. Next time we read, it'll be on chapter 7, the all in all, and the quote from that is, "While all is in the all, it is equally true that the all is in all. To him who truly understands this truth has come great knowledge." The all is in all, but all is not the all. My son said it one day. He said, "Mom, God's in all of us, so we're all God." No, but yes. God is in all of us, but we are not all God. The all is in all of us, but we are not the all. That's what the Hermetics say. And the Hermetics, they date back to Egypt, man. And I guarantee you, like we've talked about this before, there was Jews in Egypt, and Egyptians were blessed through the Jewish bloodline, through Joseph, who was sold into slavery, who had an Egyptian wife, who had two half Egyptian children, who his father blessed. So, everybody be blessed, yo. Everybody. And that's the truth. The truth is that why we all got to be separated? Even Christians, they got so much separation, so many denominations, so many different sects. No, like, that's why I don't call myself a Christian. I am a believer in God as a generic term. I'm a spiritualist. I believe that the spirit, well, it says in there that that's another word for the all, is in all of us, in everything all around us. Literally in the walls of your house, they're made out of matter, but matter is not real or substantial according to the Hermetics. They like, you wonder how some people can put their hands through walls and stuff. It's because they've mastered it. It's not even there. How are we communicating through airwaves? How did they figure out that we could do that? Just wondering. I'm not that smart. I mean, I might sound smart, but I'm not smart. Okay, it's not true. I can't say I didn't go to college. I went to community college for a semester. And then I dropped out. But I graduated high school a year before my class. I got a full-time job. I emancipated myself. I was going to college full-time. All at the age of 17. I got burnout. Had my midlife crisis and said, fuck it. And my life kind of went to hell. But I made some good friends along the way and learned a little bit about myself. Now I'm figuring out who I am again. Alright. What shall we do? I don't know where my notebook is. Oh, maybe. Oh, it's in this one. That's why. Hello! Alien dancer, yeah! Did you know that alien and angel in Hebrew are the same word? I mean, if you think about it, angels were foreign to this land, right? So, of course, they would be alien. Or as my favorite penguin in Happy Feet says, alien? No, alien. I want to put all my different writings together in one book, and I've got like all these different names for it. Let's see. Shattered Rainbow, a mental health story. Temporal glitch, inside the mind of a psychological survivor. Surviving Today, one woman's journey of mental healing. I don't know if I like that one. Yesterday I died, today I live. A journey to understand self. Yeah, I don't like Surviving Today. Because it's not just one woman's journey, it's just the journey of the human race, I guess. Guys, you want to know a secret? I am a minister to the Universal Life Church Ministries. We are all children of the same universe. And that universe was created by the all. And you know what? The Rock is part of that church. But I am a minister. I can marry people. Anybody need to get married? What's crazy is like, in some states, anybody can officiate your wedding. I don't see why it wouldn't be in all states, considering all you need is a marriage license and you're married. Everybody literally has to go down to the courthouse to get married. They just have services. I don't know what they're called. Processions. I forgot somebody for this stream. I'll be right back. I don't got much longer on it anyway. When I do hop off, I'm gonna... What's amazing? That everybody technically gets married at the courthouse? Too many thoughts in my brain all at once. I don't know what is amazing. Come here, George. Remember those old cartoons where... Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's been... I want to say like 4 years. But I don't know if that's true. I'll have to check my records again. You know how there was a red monster in Bugs Bunny, and he would always say, he would squeeze Bugs, and he would say, "He's my friend, and I will call him I will hug him, and I will squeeze him, and I will call him George." This is George. He's my koala. I love his blue eyes, but he looks even cooler in the hat. What hat, you ask? I will show you the hat. Oh, come here, hat. I don't want to stand up again. Dang it. Ugh. You having some bad dreams down there, Wolf Boy? I'll show you guys my cat. Ah! My camera. Now let's get this filter off of here. Look at him. He's just sprawled out there. He makes the weirdest noises in his sleep too. Cute little wolf boy. Cute little wolf boy. Alright, back for that filter. It's my darker half. Alright. George looks better like this. All the little koalas go like this. Yeah. They go like this. He's always taking a nap. I need a little stand for you, George. Can't hold you in your hat. Your hat's too big. Alright. Let's see. Oh, I know. And prop you up like that. Yes! It worked. Now I can't move my chair. Because if I move my chair, you'll fall. It's okay if I fall. No, I don't want you to fall. Okay, George? You're soft. Oh, you're nice. Thanks. Ow, ow, my Please don't get old, people. Don't get old. Try not to get old. Or if you do, if you're young, don't crawl around on your knees because your knees will hurt when you're old. I used to pretend I had no legs when I was like 8 years old. I'd take my mom's pants, not her pants, her jean shorts, and I'd tuck my feet up to my butt, and I put my mom's shorts on over my knees, so it looked like I had no legs. I mean, it looked like I had a big old butt too, but had no legs. And I'd crawl around like that on my hands and my knees, like I had no legs. I'd get myself up on the washer and dryer, no legs. I practiced, just in case I had no legs later on in life. Hi. Hi, princess. Hi. Lovely lady. My lovely lady. Oh, I'm old too. It's all good. What? Somebody commented on my post. Yo. Just. What the jokes, man? That's stupid. George, what's a koala bear's favorite drink? Coca-Cola? No. No, it's Coca-Koala. Stupid joke. Jeez, guys, you're swarming him. He can't even breathe. Are you just gonna sit on him? George. Come on, man. Ugh. Why are Australian grocery stores the best? Because of their quality. You're horrible, George. Really? Because of their koala tea? What did the koala radio host say before going on a commercial break? We're gonna take a small pause for our sponsors. Yes. And with that, we're gonna take a small pause first. No. We're gonna tell some more jokes here for a minute. We're gonna make it to an hour mark, and then we're gonna go offline, and then we're gonna come back online, and I'm gonna read this thing that I wrote in 2019. I tried to keep George in my room, but the smell, it gets unbearable. It's not even funny. I'm not a bear. I know. I know, George. Koalas aren't bears. They're marsupials. What does a koala do before making any kind of appointment? He always checks his koalander. His koalander. What? That's not even really punny. It is for me. Of course it is for you, George. I don't. Why would you drink alcohol? That's a stupid joke. What happens when a koala drinks too much alcohol? He gets a bear gut. Again, you're not a bear. I know, I'm a marsupial. Who writes my jokes? I don't. The internet. This one's good. What is a koala bear's favorite mixed drink? A pina koala. Pina koala. George, were you in the choir?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Somebody told me. What position did you play?
Baritone.
But you're not a bear.
I tried to tell them that.
Did you? You know, I think we might end early and just do Pina koala. That's what flavor this is. It's pina colada.
You smoke me?
No. I think we just need to do a session with me and George. I used to have bunnies, but they weren't very funny bunnies. What's small, furry, and slightly purple?
That's not funny.
Why?
Because my sister can't hold her breath that long.
Yeah. Is she small, furry, and purple?
Only when she's being choked.
That's not funny. Seriously, the people that write these jokes do not know that you're not a bear.
What's the next joke?
Did you hear about the koala who could run at speeds of over 800 miles per hour?
Yeah, he broke the sound barrier.
Yep, exactly. The barrier.
Wouldn't be funny if they said marsupial barrier.
It's still barrier.
Oh. How would I say that?
I don't think you can make marsupial funny.
Sure you can. What kind of soup did you order from the store?
Marsupial. Marsupial soup. Oh, see, now this one gets it because marsupials have joeys, right? How do you know when a baby koala bear is happy?
He's jumping for joy.
Yep, exactly. George, have you seen The Sixth Sense?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Why do you love that movie?
'Cause a kid. I'll see dead people.
I'll see. My kid's funnier. One day, my kid's like, I had to have been 4 years old. He walks up to me. He's got a piece of straw hanging out of his mouth. He walks up to me, puts out his hand, he says, "Howdy, partner. My name is Harry Johnson." No. He's 4 years old. And he already came up with his porn name. But I, as a mom, I had to turn around with a straight face and say, "Nice to meet you, Harry Johnson." And not let him know what it was. Now he knows what a Johnson is. And I think if I told him that joke, he would laugh knowing what a Harry Johnson is. And he'd say, "Why did I pick that name, Mom?" "I don't know, honey." Another time, he had a Lego sword. He flipped it around so it was a giant cross. In the middle of our neighbor's front yard. And he goes, "Back, demons and spiders and skeletons in the sign of the cross, for you will think I am God." What? Where did you hear that from? My brain told me, Mom. Okay, there. Alrighty then. George, what's your favorite Christmas carol?
Deck the halls.
Why?
'Cause it goes, deck the halls with balls of holly, koala la 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 la.
Koala.
My mom's favorite song, though, is Joey to the World.
Of course it is, because you're her little Joey. We have time for one more joke. Did you ever throw a house party when you were younger?
I'm still young.
Okay. Did you ever throw a house party?
Yeah,
What happened?
the neighbors called the cops.
All right. That's all we got, folks. Me and George, we're out. But I'll be right back. And George might be in the back, but he won't be talking. This is the way. Peace be with you. Stay tuned.